Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and today we're talking about one of my favorite topics. We are talking about Final Faction. There we go. We have a whole bunch of new Series 2 Final Faction releases. This is the X4 turret. This is, an Alpha Team weapon, and it's essentially a pair of guns that's on creepy spider legs, except 4 legs, not 8. So we've got the Final Faction packaging, which is very nice. We also have a really nice illustration of the gun itself, and you can see that it's firing a missile because boom, 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 boom. This has firing weapons. They're actually shooting stuff, and you know what? I like. It's funny because spring-loaded weapons have been something that come and go for decades in retro toys. I mean, ever since I was a kid, when I was collecting Transformers, then they brought over the Diaclone toys from Japan. And the Diaclones had firing weapons, and for the US releases, they had to weaken the springs so that they didn't fire because safety. I mean, a spring-loaded missile could propel itself for inches from that thing and end up in a child's eye or something, or launch itself into the child's gullet, and it could choke or something. I don't know. But so firing weapons bad, and then a few years later, then firing weapons are okay again, and you see lots of toys with firing weapons, and then another decade, firing weapons bad, no, and then after that, firing weapons okay again, and you lose the missiles anyway. But whatever. So it looks like either Final Faction just doesn't care whether the powers that be like firing weapons or not, or we're seeing firing weapons come back. Either way, I approve. So we've got the X4 turret, and here is the thing, and we're going to look at the packaging here, or at least the back of the package, because all of this cool information is on the back of the package, and I'm going to try and make it so that the camera... Wait, here. You know what? I'm going to turn out the ring light and just turn up the exposure, and maybe we'll be able to read this and the camera will cooperate with us. That would be nice. So here we go, and let's see if we can get it to... All right, there we go. The X4 turret is a mobile defense platform that provides suppressive fire regardless of the terrain. Part of the Alpha Team mech arsenal, the X4 rains fire on the enemy. And so, yeah, you see the X4 turret. They're also advertising the Decimator and the Hunter, which are Karn things. And we will be seeing those in some videos that I'm recording, like, right now. So yeah, that's the X4 turret. And we have an X4 turret right here. And there it is. And it's a cool looking thing. I mean, this is awesome. Look at this. I want this to be a real thing. Or maybe I don't. Because... I mean, a spider walking pair of guns with artificial intelligence. I've seen the videos of those like mechanical dog robot things that they have now, and guys are kicking them to try and make them fall over, and it's like, no, don't do that. This is what leads to the robot rebellion. Be nice to your robot horse dog thing. Don't try and kick it over. Don't laugh when it stumbles. I mean, you're just asking for it. So don't do it. And so, yeah, I guess I've got mixed feelings about whether I would want this to exist in real life or not. But I'll tell you what, in my fantasy world, in my head, it's awesome. And so we've got these legs, and they're all on these joints, and they can really, like, they can go really high here. So, you know, you can have this thing planted on the ground like that, and you know, it can still rotate. It catches on the knees, and one of those just shot like halfway across the room. There we go. Okay, I could still reach it. That's good. And we're going to try and put it in here. It's got a hair trigger, by the way. So, yeah, I have noticed, at least with this one, that if you put the things in with the little holes facing up, then they tend to catch better than when they're sideways. They can go in either way, but at least with this one, it seems like there are ways that it catches better than others. And of course, we can raise these up. You know, you can have it up like this. You know, here, we'll do that. And do that. And see, the nice thing is that because of the flexibility of the legs, you can actually put it into, see, there I go again. I'm firing with that thing. And so I can have it aim high, I can have it aim low. You know, I can put it into all sorts of different positions. It also rotates. And see what I mean about the hair trigger? It has fired that thing like 3 times, and I never told it to once. I might have bumped the button once. Okay, 1 out of 3 times. The other times, see, this is why we are not mean to the robots. Now, if we want to test this thing out, we do need something to shoot at, and let's see. Oh, just chosen completely at random. Look, it's Wheelie, Gen 1 Wheelie. Hi, Wheelie. So how you doing? You want to see this toy? Wheelie says, "Aw, shucks. Every day it kind of sucks." And yeah, and I'm putting up a backstop here because I don't want to lose my missiles. So let's just see how the X4 turret works on Wheelie. There and there. Oh, sorry, Wheelie. That's rough. Poor Wheelie. So we'll get him out of the way. And so yeah, we got firing weapons, and we're going to see that they have incorporated the firing weapons gimmick into several of the new toys from the Series 2 line. And you know, this is not groundbreaking stuff. Toys have been using firing mechanisms like this for decades, and this is just one of them that does it well. It does it well. And here's the other thing that I know I say this all the time in these videos about Final Faction, but this is $1.25. It's just not that expensive, and it's got all of these moving parts and all of these legs, and you look at how it looks. I mean, this is a neat looking thing. Look at all the neat molding on that, and you know, there's not a lot of paint detail. You know, in fact, this is not really painted at all, but it's a very neat looking thing, and sure. I guess it would be cool if like all of these had joints, but I'm kind of okay with it not, because if those joints are loosey-goosey, then the thing just kind of flops. And right now it is stable enough that it stands up on its own whenever I put it on the table, and if I want it to aim up, then it can do that. If I want it to aim down, it can do that. So I really like this. And you know, I'm a broken record when it comes to Final Faction, because so far they haven't produced anything that I thought was bad. And even if they produced something that I thought was bad, then, you know, it's like, okay, well, you know, that one is a little bit less disappointing, or a little bit less impressive for my $1.25. But you know what? You know, I'm gonna back off from that statement, because I have seen plenty of Dollar Tree toys or dollar store toys that were not that cool. They just, like a lot of the toys that you go down the toy aisle of a typical Dollar Tree or a Family Dollar, any of those really low, we're selling everything for $1 type places. And the toys are effectively, they're kind of junk. I mean, you buy them and then, you get a few minutes of enjoyment out of, hey, look, I just got this little action figure dude. I got some cheap little knockoff Lego type things and that's it. But they're not terribly memorable. And that's the difference with Final Faction. That I buy this stuff and I actually am excited about it. And I look forward to the new releases, and I'm encouraged to buy several of the same thing. And that's something that I can't do with things like G.I. Joe and Transformers and He-Man, because they, when something costs like $20 for a figure, then I'm not necessarily going to buy 5 of them just to bulk up my army. But you know what? I'll buy a dozen of these. I mean, that's less than the cost of lunch. So that's kind of a no-brainer. And when it's really cool stuff that I can either use within the Final Faction story, where, it's Final Faction versus the Karn, or if you want to integrate these toys into your other toy lines, it's like, okay, you know what, you want to fight off the Decepticons, and this is like a human resistance thing. You can do that, and it's a cool thing that just doesn't seem like a throwaway. Although, honestly, with the thought and imagination and creativity that has been put into the Final Faction fiction, then I like their story. I like what they're doing, and that's why I love Final Faction. I just do. And I'm excited to have this stuff, and I'm excited to do these videos just to tell you how much I'm excited to have this and be able to play with it and to shoot it at some Karn guys or shoot it at Wheelie, because, I mean, honestly, doesn't Wheelie kind of have it coming? Y'all know he does. So, yeah, that's my review. This is the X-War turret. It's awesome. If you got a Dollar Tree and they've got this, then go pick one up. Pick up 3. It's about as much fun as you can have for $1.25. That's it. And if you like this review, then please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing more of these Short Circuits videos and our live streams, which happen typically every Friday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern United States time. Join us, join the chat, say hi. We will toast you. We will be glad that you're there, and so will everybody else, because we've got a great community that's very welcoming. So yeah, the X4 Final Faction turret for Alpha Team, it's awesome. Go out, go get a dozen. Give one to all your friends. They'll appreciate it, because Final Faction is cool. And if they don't appreciate it, then how good of friends are they? This is Clay Carlino telling you to keep it Retrobot. Yeah. Oh man, I feel good about that one. I mean, it's the X4 turret, and it shoots. It shoots well, and it's cool looking. It's got legs. I mean, you put guns on robot legs. I mean, that the only time that's not cool is if the guns are pointed at you.